It is a red day in the market. And if you don't zoom out and look at where we are exactly, you're having a panic. I mean, that's not what you really want to have right now, because the odds of you going to zero is zero. Don't worry. If you are panicking right now, then yeah, you will lose this, because this is like an emotional war which the whales are trying to push against you. If you do understand what's happening here and why these kind of institutions are buying like billions of dollars, they see something. Remember, in last videos, we discussed about this possibility. If you do go down, which I wanted to see, but not to this depth, being honest, I was thinking something like this here, right? A drop and then I go back. But this time, when it went this low, you should understand the fact that the upside also increases. The measured move for Bitcoin, say the average move, now stands like 13-14%, which if you put that 13-14% would take you to $80,000. If you are looking at 72, 73 as the local top before, which we got almost close, not perfect, but this shows you something. But the problem in the market, the reality, being honest, no one cares until that happens. When you come out and say, guys, watch, this is the odds, we're going to go back up, we're going to hit these levels, no one cares. Even at halfway through when I was saying this, not a lot of people did care. By that time, the price reached that top and broke higher. They were like, no, we're going down from there. I was also expecting that. But the moment the market told me, no, I'm wrong, and it showed me a breakout, I'm like, nope, look for this, right? We got a breakout. So the market showed me I'm wrong. And I shouldn't be taking the ego saying, no, I'm not, because the market is right. You're trying to play with the market. And we reached there, the 72 mark. We touched that range, did a fake out and came back down. And it's not just we came back down. Clearly, we did much worse kind of a move. And before the market started dropping, the market was showing you all the signals that I'm about to drop. Like, we followed it out in the SI family. We were looking at all these. And I actually literally gave you guys this. March 14th, the SI family, 1,000 plus members actually knew this was coming. 63 to 58. Right now, 2-3 weeks after that, look at where we touched. We came close to 60,000. Not perfect 63 or 58, it's in the middle. But I would still say that's good as a call in a market which is uncertain like what we are watching. So right now, don't be surprised for a move like this. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We are literally going through the market step by step, breaking each of these possibilities down so that you know what you're looking at in this market. Next 2 weeks, next 3 weeks, it's important. Believe me, the halving is coming close. The expectations are on one side. Maybe the market is going to perform on the other side. So unless you understand what's happening with some of these altcoins, some of them are in the accumulation. Some of them are about the accumulation. So once you understand what they are doing right now, you have an edge in the market. And that's exactly why 1,000 plus members are in the SI family, because they trust these calls. They trust these movements because they're watching that playing out. Now, let's take a look at this little guy. We don't want to see the price breaking below the support. Honestly, we really don't want to see that, because if we do, then your run to the downside, the next level of support becomes like 0.52, 0.53. Because if you do break this, yeah, that's the next point of support. But if you don't That's something positive. That still brings this 100% move back, which would actually push us all the way above a dollar. But right now, we want to see Bitcoin going up. It doesn't matter we like that asset or not, that push the market either to the upside or to the downside. Because on the other side, you're watching gold is going through the all-time highs. You're looking at silver, it's breaking through a lot of these ranges. So the market is giving you opportunities on one side, and it's showing you something is about to happen. Now, don't worry if you don't understand what the price action is doing. Maybe on a short term, it's a lot of noise. Agreed. But if you do zoom out a little bit and then start looking at what the market is showing you, things change. Say, look at the altcoin market here. When you're looking at this on a daily, that's like a double top formation coming in. It's a lot of risk. Agreed. The moment you go on a weekly, you see, oh, that's an engulfing candle to the downside. That doesn't look great. Agreed. But the moment you realize recent past have shown us something different. This was a negative pattern, remember. But that negative pattern happened above a support, not at a resistance. This is something a lot of people miss when they look for price action. You want to look for a reversal signal close to a resistance, not above a support. Now, if you are generally a basic guy who knows the trend, what are you looking at? Yeah, there is some volatility, agreed. But being honest, this is the price structure you are watching here. It goes up, it comes back down, and it's going to go up. That means if you do look at this, next move is most likely like this, right? You do your consolidation, you do what you have to do here, and then you go back up. So if that's the next move, how many of you are ready to look for the price discovery in a lot of altcoins? Now remember, when we say that at a time when the price is still negative and the market sentiment, emotions of people, it's negative. The psychology is very low. At that time, no one would trust you. But it doesn't matter. The market doesn't care who is in, who is not in. It only cares about what it will do. Simple thing. Whether you are a good guy or a bad guy, the market don't know that. You put money on a right asset, it goes up. You bet in the wrong direction, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, market slaps you. So that's why I'm saying watch these. These are important things to keep in your mind. Say the daily chart, right? It's not a monthly, it's not a weekly, it's still daily, but not a 1 hour. You have this local low and you want to get a local low here. Otherwise, it's not valid. As of now, yes, you do have a trend line like this. You are on top of it and your RSI is already starting to go lower. So price to strength is starting to show you a divergence, which is important. Last time when you had something similar, we started getting that vibe in the market. We had this kind of a structure. That helped the price to go back up. Now say, okay, Danny, that's a lot of short-term thought process. I don't want that. Fine. If you're that guy, now we are literally coming on to the macro as we just discussed. You are looking at the 1, 2, 3 kind of a move. Perfect. Now you are an extremely long spot rider. What are you looking at, right? Last time when the price tried to enter, there was a small glitch, a bump in the road, right? Something like this with the amount of volume, which was great. That was below the all-time highs. That happened to be a long wick. A choppy month killing a lot of levered individuals. So that was a 30% downside. Not surprised, right? So if the market is to say, yeah, I'm going up, but I don't want a lot of you people making money, then what would that market most likely do? Repeat the history. So the local high to the local bottom of that 25-30% drop, you're looking back at the moving average. Now, at that point, you would be like, okay, that's a possibility which you should not deny. But what are my support levels? This is a support level, which is important. After which comes this one. So now the way up, this matters. So now you have a lot of micro ranges. If it's me looking at the first primary support, I'm looking at this, which means you're not looking at a 30% drop possibility. More or less, you're looking for a 20% drop. Something we have seen in the recent past. There's nothing to panic there. Then you become a little bit more techie. You have to look at the technical analysis in that way as it's a language. Now, when you zoom in to the market, you're looking at this. Okay, I kind of get an idea. This is becoming a range. Range, that's important. Because if you do see a distribution, that's an entirely different story. When the market goes up, every time you kind of get to see these ranges. And that's a continuation pattern. Say if you have a doubt, go to gold. I think that's the best option there with a long price history, right? You go back in the bull markets, you'll actually see this. I mean, it's hard to ignore the fact that the market does these kind of seasons as it goes up. It's still going up. The trend is in your favor, but still a lot of people will miss that and try going long, highly levered here. The market kicks them out. They go short. The market kicks them out on both directions. So that's one of the reasons why in the market there is a saying, bulls, they make money. Bears, they make money. Pigs get slaughtered. So there's a tough part there, right? If you're going to become an engineer, you need to put in that time to learn what it means. So when you're here trying to become a trader or an investor, you need to know the basics. Now, the most easy part is buy when there is blood on the street, which is an easy saying which goes in like the Buffett saying, right? So here that was like a 17% drop. You didn't want to buy it at the top. That's one of the reasons I was highlighting that we were struggling. We are looking bad. We are about to drop from 73 levels, right? Close to that top. So if you do understand that, at that point, you don't want to buy in new positions. Remember, in the recent videos, I've highlighted the fact that in any asset, any altcoins which you're in, say this was the panic level. You added margin, you bought in new positions, you dollar cost averaged. Great. You really don't want to push that average up here or here. If you did that to this close, now you're already kicked out. The market liquidated you. That's one of the reasons why we say have your risk tolerance clear. Because some people, not everyone, they don't have high risk taking ability, considering their income, considering their family, all those which they have to meet. But their willingness to take risk is super high. That's gambling. You should not be doing that. You should understand what your risk tolerance is. In our one-on-one sessions, when we go through that, I ask that question as one of that. And then I look at your portfolio. Is your portfolio, in my eyes, my opinion, aligned like what you're saying? Someone says, I'm 8 out of 10 in risk tolerance, and they are just in XRP. I mean, that's not high risk. If you're saying that and you Doge, Pepe and all, okay, I agreed. In that thought process, if you don't align your portfolio, there is going to be some shakeouts. Because when the price action shows you this, the volume is reducing, remember, there is going to be a shakeout. The next time the market comes in with some volume, those who went in for this direction get kicked out. But was that a sustainable path? No. You came down and then started the new path to the upside. So if you take that into the account, that's not an hourly, that's a daily chart. So there is some significance. Now we can slowly zoom out. Now we can look at the trend lines. And you can put the argument we're getting really close. But at this point, the market may not like a lot of people making money. The market is suggesting you the fact that on a macro chart, you're still here. And that's something to look for. Because on a weekly chart, you're still here. That's an engulfing candle. Last time we got something similar was here. Remember, yes, you did go up from that 43,000 level. You went up to 64,000, 65,000 level. So literally a $20,000 increase happened. They agreed. But that was your distribution range. But the difference this time, if that's true, is this kind of a structure or this kind of a structure is also visible with that. That's a lot of choppiness. And that's one of the reasons why I was saying in earlier videos, expect a lot of choppiness. If they give you a lot of predictability in this market like we've been doing, that means they are building on something else on the other end, which we are not noticing, to shake the market. Prepared is what you need. So start taking all the information as much as possible, digest it properly, and understand at one point the market is going to shake everyone out. History is the best teacher. So the moment you understand this is your trend line and you are breaking through that, that was the area. That was the key area. Now, why am I saying that right now? Because here you are nearing that range. Your macro like this starts at this point. You're going like this. What do you mean, right? I know. I'm looking for a divergence here where the RSI is going down, but the price is still going up. We need that. That shows someone big is selling out when the price is still going up. And you don't want to be in the market after that. So take notes, learn, improve, use the history, use it for your advantage. If you want help for doing any of those, to get these calls at the right time before you make a big mistake in this market, look for the SI family with 1,000+ members are readily taking benefits of all of the calls I'm dropping there. If you didn't smash that like button yet and you think the amount of time you spend in this channel gave you some value, smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.